Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Nicholas Richardson and this is the news. The political and legal battle over Polish judicial reform is far from over. The Polish Parliament has passed an amendment to the Common and Supreme Courts Bill. The amendment now goes to the Senate, where the opposition has a majority over the ruling Law and Justice Party and may delay the passing of the bill by a month. The European Commission also hasn't had its final word on what is clearly an internal matter for Poland.
The opposition hopes the Senate will rule to reject the amendment. I hope that the Senate will carefully sit on this matter and ask important questions. I believe that based on these questions and the answers to them, the higher chamber will bend this amendment. Yesterday, the Speaker of the Senate, Tomasz Grodzki, said that the chamber won't be obstructing work on the bill, at the same time stating that the Senate will carefully examine the amendment using all of its legislative means. If it presents adjustments to the amendment in time, the bill will have to go back to the Parliamentary Justice Commission, which can accept it or reject it entirely or partially. Then the lower chamber or Sejm can reject the amendments of the Senate and pass the bill in its original form anyway, if it's voted for by a definite majority with at least half of the chamber present. To question now the choice of justices who were lawfully appointed by the National Council of the Judiciary is extremely dangerous to the rule of law in Poland, not the other way around. The President himself approved of our solutions and said the changes are necessary. The Deputy President of the European Commission, Vera Jourova, sent letters yesterday to the Polish President, Prime Minister and Speakers of Sejm and Senate, asking them to stop the judicial reform. Tomasz Grodzki responded on Twitter by assuring Jourova that the Senate will thoroughly check all amendments which may allegedly violate the rule of law in the country. It's a mistake and a total lack of professionalism. It's only a technical and general comment. This year we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of the signing of the Lisbon Treaty, which clearly states that matters of the judiciary are resolved internally by member countries. The Senate has now 30 days to debate the amendment, after which it will be passed to the President.
The latest opinion poll shows a 45% support for the ruling PAS or Law and Justice Party among decided voters. That's 1% down on November. The largest opposition party, Civic Coalition, is at 22% in this survey, approximately 2% more than before. In third place, at 11%, is Left Together, a grouping of leftist parties including SLT and Wiosna or Spring. And down 3% at 6% is the PSL Kukiz 15 and the ultra-right group, the Confederation. Fearing sanctions, Swiss company Allseas stopped laying pipes on the Baltic Sea floor today. This halted construction of the controversial Nord Stream 2 natural gas pipeline. Allseas' action was a response to US President Donald Trump signing the defense bill, which includes sanctions for companies involved in the project.
US sanctions target companies building the $11 billion Nord Stream 2 pipeline under the Baltic Sea. According to US law, companies that are building the nearly $11 billion project will face asset freezes and revocation of US visas for the contractors. The same concerns face companies that build the TechStream pipeline, that is to deliver Russian gas to southeastern Europe. US lawmakers say this project is endangering Europe by making it too reliant on Russian natural gas supplies. This view is shared by governments of Poland, Ukraine and the Baltic states. German and Russian governments expressed their dissatisfaction. Russia said it will proceed with the project regardless of US sanctions. There is also a positive development in Ukraine. Gazprom and the Ukrainian government have reached an agreement that will keep Russian gas flowing to Europe until the end of 2024 and settle all related legal disputes. The Russian monopolist agreed to pay Ukraine almost $2 billion in cash to settle the financial dispute. Originally, the Kremlin had planned on the Baltic Pipe being operational by 2020, allowing it to hold gas transit through Ukraine.
Today, General Tadeusz Bieńkowski, who fought in World War II and against the Soviet occupation, was buried in Krakow with full state honours following his death last week. 5 weeks ago, on the date that Poland celebrated its 101st Independence Day, we reported on this 96-year-old veteran who was applauded by so many younger compatriots. Speaking at the funeral, Polish President Andrzej Duda said, "He never denied his faith and beliefs. He never gave up his spirit. He was never broken." For 7 years, WNet radio station has been organising its own Christmas market, one which is very different from the many other Christmas markets throughout Poland, offering handmade presents or regional foods.
The Christmas market is open until tomorrow in the Praga Kongress Center. It's a place where you can buy books directly from authors, buy healthy Polish food, or find Christmas inspiration.
Our Christmas market has been held for 7 years now. It all started with the idea of saving a farmer and at the same time saving yourself. We wanted people to start thinking about what they are buying and from whom. We sell our products directly from farmers and the farmer has the biggest profit. As the Prime Minister of Poland Mateusz Morawiecki says, the profit margin is the most important. The idea of our Christmas market is to unite people, to be together, to laugh together and go shopping together, but in a good atmosphere. I hope that we're going to have that atmosphere. That's why I would like to invite everyone to come.
The Christmas market offers, among others, natural jams from Iłowo and Sochaczew.
Mennonites from the Netherlands and Germans brought the jam formula to Poland. We're cultivating this tradition and with the 5th generation that makes these jams.
A small company which buys milk from local farmers provides the fudges.
I'm here because Christmas is coming and it is a great opportunity for people to buy these things and enjoy those products at home with their families.
There are also handmade organizers made out of birch plywood as well as candlesticks. I'm here because I would like to present to you my practical, amazing things for everyday use. I have everything, starting from organizers, jewelry boxes, and so on. The Christmas market is offering traditional Christmas food like dumplings, jams, or cakes. I'm offering dried cherries and homemade jams made by my mom. They are 100% natural. I recommend it to all of you. Tomorrow, the Christmas market will be open from 9 to 3 p.m.
That's the news. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for the weather, Poland Daily Business and more programs. But from me, it's have a good night and a better tomorrow.